For more projects, please remember to like and subscribe.
Hi, my name's Tyler. Welcome to the second installment of my YouTube channel.
In this video, I'm going to do a simple wall installation of some speakers in my garage and free up some space on my workbench. Before we go on, a quick explainer. You may have noticed my first channel was titled TJ Mobile Audio, immediately followed by Custom AF. Well, this should be the last iteration for a while, at least. DMV/DMV Hi-Fi. Turns out, the domain name Custom AF, despite being nothing more than a funny pun and an abbreviation for automotive fabrication, tripled in price as soon as I released the video. So I'm sorry, squatters, but you don't get to make money off this no-name YouTuber yet. Now let's install some speakers. And by install some speakers, of course I mean clean up the workshop. You know how most YouTube videos are filled with a bunch of sped up and slowed down video clips for dramatic effect, or just to fill time? Well, far be it from me to follow that trend. But first, check out this form. Nearly a fumble, but not quite. Now look at that follow through. Alright guys, in all seriousness, I'll do my best to fill this time with useful information about the system I'm setting up here. So first of all, the amplifier is a Moukey amp, which is a no-name brand karaoke amplifier I got off of Amazon. I'll share a link below, not an affiliate link. I also have a pair of Minimus 77s. These are manufactured by Realistic several years ago. The Minimus 7 is popular for near-field listening, and the 77 is its larger brother with slightly better sound quality, yet somehow not quite in demand to the same extent. This might have something to do with the foam surrounds, which we're prone to wear, but those are easily replaced, and in a future video I may show you how to replace the drivers for these as well. There's at least one option that's a direct fit, but it took some searching to find. Alright, so I'm getting those Minimus 77s set up. A little difficulty there with the screws being installed too close to the wall. Had to back them out a bit to be able to fit these in. Now the other component I haven't told you about is the Sunfire D10 subwoofer. There's a modern equivalent or newer equivalent available, and I'll share a link for that again. Also not an affiliate link. However, I do enjoy this subwoofer. It does quite well in a very small package. Side note, ask me later about Hoffman's iron law. Now, I've got those installed. Need to get some wires run, need to get them hooked up, and then we can do a little listening test. So, speeding this up as much as I can, and I've clipped out a lot of the video here because I'm sure you know how to hang wires. I'm sure you know how to staple and connect. I'll mention any useful comments that come up as I see this. Cleaning off the garage art. If you don't have artwork in your garage, I highly recommend it. Alright, now make sure you don't staple through the wires. Got to feed these down through this shelf so that they can reach the amplifier below. This is going to be a basic stereo setup. I mainly want to listen to audio in the garage, not a place I would be watching a movie, because frankly I've got YouTube videos to film and projects to work on and all sorts of interesting things, and a movie would pull me away from that. So you'll see I'm dropping these down an inch or two apart so I can tell which wire is which as I connect them to the amplifier. Now straightening out these wires and making sure they aren't wrapped around my archery equipment. Now if you listen to my videos regularly, you may notice I sometimes whistle and hum while I work. Well, I'll do my best to not let that interfere with the content. What I'm doing here is twisting the stranded wire ends. This is important so they don't jam up and potentially short circuit as you insert them into the terminals here. Make sure you push down the little tab on the terminal to seat the wire adequately so it won't pull out, and so you'll have good contact, copper, or brass or gold, depending on your terminal design. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now there's nothing left to do but find a little bass music and have a listening session, right? See those wires? Yeah, those aren't connected to the amplifier. That's an important step. Take two. Now those first 4 tracks were real, meaning recorded with a microphone at 20 feet from the subwoofer. If you're wondering if this is my subwoofer playing the backing track for the video, it's not. I just dubbed it so it looks like it is. Now let's wrap up before the neighbors get too annoyed. I'll post links in the description to all the products I've used. Remember to like and subscribe. Now, any comments on the accuracy of these speakers would be subjective at best since I haven't measured them, but I will say I'm pleasantly surprised with how well they blend with the 1000-watt Bob Carver designed subwoofer. The mid-bass is a bit tinny, but what do you expect for the size? The woofer cone measures just over 4 inches, probably a nominal 5 or 5¼ inch driver. The Moukey MAMP1, or MAMP1 if you prefer, keeps up relatively well to about half volume. Beyond that, it doesn't seem to offer a terribly linear response, but for a $60 or $80 amp as of October 2022, I'm not sure what more you could expect. It's quite satisfactory up to that point. Lastly, but certainly not least, the Sunfire D10 does an impressive job of holding down the bottom end. It retails in the $700 to $800 range, though if you're shopping for a subwoofer under $1,000 that fits in a very small space and still delivers bottom end, your options are few and far between. This is one of the best for that category. Now a preview of what's coming up next from DMV Hi-Fi. I'll be showing you how I built these retro speaker grills. Remember to like and subscribe to see this video.
Now I'll introduce you to the proper term for a one-car garage, a workshop. Since I haven't touched the car yet today, I'll continue with the non-mobile audio thing.
My project today is an old pair of Marantz Imperial 7 speakers, and they do have a certain kick to them that was characteristic
Of many popular loudspeakers of the 1970s. This has been another episode of DMV Fab and DMV Hi-Fi. Until next time, thanks for watching.